Hi everyone, it's Lisa, and welcome to Make It Monday. Today is week 38 in my Dynamic Duo series, where I'll teach you how to create two projects using the same product. Remember that you can head over to my blog and click on any of the photos that I've posted there after the video to enlarge them and get a better view. I'm still focusing on Christmas, my very favorite time of the year. And I have to mention that I love sparkle, so you're going to see a lot of it on my upcoming projects. But I'm using the stamp set today called White Christmas. Saw it in the holiday catalog and fell in love with the little images. I've always had a thing for snowmen, so this is, I think, what sold me this little tiny thing. Then once I got using it, wow, I've really had some fun. So let's talk a little bit about how I created this card. You're going to need a piece of Lost Lagoon cardstock that's cut 8.5 by 5.5. Then I used a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and this measures 5 by 3 3/4, and a small piece of Designer Series paper measuring 1.5 by 3 3/4. Now let me talk to you about this designer paper. Again, double-sided, beautiful on both sides, but wait till you see the package. The catalog does not do it justice. It is gorgeous. All the patterns are gorgeous, but there are two hidden gems that are in this package. You get one sheet each of this beautiful silver foiled paper. One has the speckles on it like the dots, and the other one, I'm calling it like a snowflake pattern. Maybe really tough to see on the video camera, but if you look in the online store, you can get a better vision of it, or in the holiday catalog. First, we're going to do some stamping. This stamp set is photopolymer, which I love because you can see where you're going. And some of you may have a little issue with the fact that this one image is kind of flimsy and kind of big. So I'm going to give you a tip. When you take it out of the stamp case, put it upside down on your work surface. Then take your block, this is the E block, and press. It's so much easier than trying to put it on this way. As I've mentioned before, you need to use Memento ink with all your photopolymer. StazOn is not going to be healthy for them. It'll actually ruin the stamp over time. So I'm going to ink this face up so I can see where I'm going. And because photopolymer is completely clear, you can easily see where this is going to go. So I'm going to move my image all the way over here to the end, and I'm going to press. So there you go. Isn't that beautiful? It stamps great. Here's the best part. Cleanup is a breeze because this is a water-based ink. Next, I added a little polar bear, same stamp set, and I'm going to put him down here in the snow. And last but not least, believe it or not, this is a little tiny cardinal. Probably really hard to see. So I'm going to ink him up too, and I'm going to stick him on a branch. I used the Real Red marker to color in my cardinal because I want it to really stand out. But let me show you what I did with the polar bear. I used my Soft Sky ink pad, turned it over, and gave it a squeeze, which puts ink from the pad inside the lid. Using my aqua painter, I picked up just a little bit of that color. I didn't want it too dark, and I just went over the outside of my polar bear just to give him a little bit of an outline of color. Just because he was so white, he kind of blended in with the snow. If you haven't seen my video called Easy Does It, I have a series in one of the weeks where I showed you how to use the aqua painter, so head over there and check that out. Stamp a little bit of snowflakes in the background. This is Soft Sky ink. Tap gently, and then I'm just going to kind of turn my hand just because I don't want the pattern to be exactly the same all the time. Next, I'm going to use a dauber. Love these because they fit on your finger. I'm going to put some ink on my dauber. Now, I don't want it too dark, so I'm going to take some of the ink off on my scratch paper, and then I'm lightly going to start rubbing. Remember, you can always add more color, but you can't take the color away, so don't go too crazy. You're going to notice I'm avoiding the bear because I don't want to turn him blue. I almost forgot the star. Inside that same stamp set, there's a cute little star, kind of like what he's looking at. So I'm going to put this over my tree. This is the Silver Dazzle marker. Love this. So I'm going to give my star a little bit of a silver look to it. And then I'm just going to add the other pieces to my card. I'm going to attach my designer paper here. This is that brand new Lost Lagoon taffeta ribbon. It is beautiful. I used about 5 inches of this to mount on my card. By doing this, you're eliminating yourself at least another 4 or 5 inches of ribbon on every project that you make. You're not going to see it by the time I attach it. And then it's going to go on the base of our card. Remember the cardinals and the Real Red marker, and I did add Dazzling Diamonds glitter. just to give it that sparkle. Let's talk about this section here. This is 7 inches of the white baker's twine and these beautiful snowflake embellishments called All Is Calm. And they're gorgeous. So one side's real plain and silver and the other one has a detail in it. Just tied it on with the baker's twine and cinched that up before I attached it to the card. But this card today has a really important purpose because it plays a key factor in my dynamic duo. Wait till you see it. Now I realize that you can't see this whole gift bag really easily in the video, but I want to encourage you to head over to my blog and look at the pictures, and if you click on them, you can enlarge them. But you're probably looking at this going, I don't get the big deal. Yeah, it's a cute bag, but check this out. My card slips right down inside of here. Is that neat or what? This is not my original idea. This idea goes to my teammate, Robin Hubbard. She shared it with us at one of our inspiration nights, and I'm telling you what, I have flipped over it, and I have been sharing it ever since because I think it's brilliant. How many times do you do a gift bag and the card gets lost down inside and often opened last? This time the card is opened first. Let me show you how I created the hanger for this gift bag. This is a regular white handled gift bag that I bought at a craft store. It measures about 8 inches by 10 inches. You're going to need to start with a piece of cardstock that measures 6 3/4 inch by 2. If you want a decorative edge like I did here, you're going to go ahead and do your punching first. I'm using that wonderful star confetti punch, and I want to point out to you that there's 2 silver lines on the punch here and here. It may be difficult to see it in the video, but that is the actual punching radius. So you want to make sure that you start within that edge. So I'm going to start and punch, and I'm going to move it out, and I'm going to punch all the way across. Now this punch is not symmetrical, which means you can't perfectly line it up and punch again. So I kind of just, you can turn it over and kind of see where you left off so that you don't repeat an area, and then turn it back, make sure the paper's all the way to the back, and punch again. And you're going to do this all the way across. Of course, you get all of this wonderful confetti, so don't get rid of that. That'll be great inside someone's card, whether for Christmas or for a birthday. This is the word window punch. You're going to notice that this is going to be the top of our card hanger, so I'm flipping this over because I want to punch it here. I found the easiest way was to put this in as far as you can go. Make sure that you don't extend all the way to the edge so that you have a little bit space there for the card to hang. And punch. Move over a little bit. Again, the punch is in as far as it can go, and punch again. And I'm just repeating this process until I get near the end. Now on this end here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make sure that I'm not too far from the edge and punch. Now, if you have some uneven areas, take your fingernail and just go over them. And that gives you the spot to create the hanger. I found that the new Fast Fuse adhesive is a wonderful thing. Use your silicone mat for it. You do not want to put adhesive here, otherwise you cannot lift this to get the card down inside. So you're going to want to do your adhesive here. Use your Fast Fuse and you're going to cover this, you know, just in sections. It's very strong, stronger than snail, but not as strong as sticky strip. I did have a little bit of a learning curve with it, but now that I've got it, I love it for these projects. And then that's going to get adhered right here to the top of the bag to hang the card. Let's talk a little bit about these brand new sequins. They're part of the All Is Calm Frosted Embellishment Suite. And inside here, of course, are the silver sequins you see on the bag, but also these beautiful little snowflakes. And wait till you see what I do with these in a couple coming weeks. So those have been attached with the two-way glue pen, which I've been showing you all along since I've been showing you holiday projects, and lots of ribbon. I'm going to say this is probably 20 inches of soft sky seam bind and some of the silver ribbon just tied on just to give this just an exquisite look. That's today's Make It Monday. I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks for joining me.